Prime Minister Narendra Modi to deliver keynote address at the United Nations. Forest and Environment Minister appeals state governments to find an alternate to plastic products. Assam Chief Minister reviews power situation in the state. Today is World Blood Donor Day. Northeast too celebrates the day. And in the French Open, Novak Djokovic claims a 19th Grand Slam title. Very good evening, viewers, and a warm welcome to Northeast News Bulletin. I'm Changamla Tumra, and now the stories in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to deliver the keynote address virtually at the United Nations during the high-level dialogue on desertification, land degradation and drought today. Permanent Mission of India to the UN has said that the Prime Minister will be speaking at the opening segment in his capacity as the President of the 14th session of the Conference of Parties of United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, UNCCD. It further said that the President of the General Assembly along with other high-level dignitaries will also speak on the occasion. Union Minister for Forest and Environment Prakash Javadekar appeals to state governments to ban plastic products and work on alternatives. Taking part in a webinar on climate protection and environment conservation, the minister said that the states need to work on recycling of waste to produce electricity along with production of eco-friendly products. The minister also emphasized on need for preparation of rules for boycotting plastic products. He also stressed on the use of 120-micron polythene bags instead of one-time usable plastic. He further added that after the pandemic, the government will start nursery programs in schools. In the first year, nurseries will be set up in 5,000 schools, and under this program, students from 6th to 8th standard will plant seeds as a part of the plantation initiative.
Completely done away with. So that is the way with which we are moving ahead in all cities. And we are now applying all the waste management rule to the rural areas also. Because otherwise in rural areas...
Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma held a review meeting at Bijuli Bhavan in Guwahati today with the managing directors of Assam Power Distribution Company Limited APDCL, Assam Electricity Grid Corporation Limited AEGCL and Assam Power Generation Corporation Limited APGCL. Later, briefing the media, Sharma said that the review meeting was held to discuss the revenue collection of the three companies. He also said that the law-abiding consumers will have to bear the cost for the defaulters, rounding to a deficit of almost 300 crore rupees monthly. He further added that a presentation by the Gujarat Electricity Company will be made tomorrow as Assam Power Department is going to adopt the Gujarat model for overall upliftment.
Electricity suri koru ba moi jodi electricity poisa nidiu iar bojato hot grahok hokole bohon koribo lage.
Assam Minister for Forest and Environment Parimal Suklabaidya visited Orang National Park today. Covering an area of 7,928 square kilometres, the National Tiger Project Orang is home to 101 rhinos as per 2018 census and 24 Royal Bengal tiger as per the 2017 census. Meanwhile, the minister participated in a meeting with the officials of the Forest, Fishery and Excise departments of Darrong and Sonitpur district. Member of Legislative Assembly of Borsola, Ganesh Limbu, and Chief Conservator of Forest, Hemanto Talukdar, were also present in the meeting. Keeping the pandemic in mind, a revised SOP for persons arriving in Assam by air has been adopted. All air passengers arriving in any airport in Assam will have to mandatorily undergo rapid antigen test RAT at the airport. If the test is negative, the passenger will have to undergo a RT-PCR test and remain in quarantine till the test result is declared. Hand stamping of the passengers after RT-PCR sample collection will be done. There will be no exemptions from the above mentioned tests, and any person violating these instructions is liable to prosecution. Today is World Blood Donor Day. Every year, this day is celebrated across the world to raise awareness for the need of safe blood and blood products for transfusion and recognize the importance of voluntary, unpaid blood donors in saving lives. This day is celebrated commemorating the birth anniversary of Austrian biologist and physician Karl Landsteiner. He is considered to be the founder of modern blood transfusion. Meanwhile, the region too was seen celebrating the day. In Nagaland, celebrating the World Blood Donor Day, a voluntary blood donation campaign for a week was launched today at the Naga Hospital Authority, Kohima. This was organized by Voluntary Blood Donor Association, Kohima, in collaboration with Assam Rifles Kohima Battalion. Speaking at the occasion, Director of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. K. Vikato Kinimi, shared that due to the pandemic, blood donors have drastically declined. Meanwhile, he appreciated those who came forward to donate blood and save people's lives. He further encouraged Assam Rifles Kohima Battalion and the different organizations to keep up their noble service. In a COVID update from the country, a gradual decline in the active caseloads and fresh COVID cases is being witnessed. At present, there are over 9,73,000 active cases. Meanwhile, India's daily recoveries continue to outnumber the daily count of new cases for the 32nd consecutive day. Over 1,19,000 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours, with which the total number of recovered cases in the country now stands at over 2 crore 81 lakh. However, as per data, 3,921 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours, taking the death toll in the country to over 3,74,000. In a COVID scenario from the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh has reported a caseload of 2,885 active cases, while the number of cured cases were logged at 28,252. The tally for the dead stands at 145. Assam has a count of 40,026 active cases, followed by 4,14,173 cured cases. The dead accounted for 3,951. Reporting 8,499 active cases, Manipur records 50,379 released cases. The dead tallied at 974. Meghalaya has notched up 4,623 active cases, followed by 36,550 discharged cases, while the death toll is 733. Mizoram has a caseload of 3,549 active cases, while cured cases logged at 11,748. The dead account for 67. Logging 3,502 active cases, Nagaland has a count of 19,689 cured cases. The tally for the dead is 453. While Sikkim has logged 3,553 active cases. Released cases stands at 14,580. The death toll is 281. And lastly, Tripura has 5,170 active cases, while the cured cases accounted for 53,531, and the tally for the dead stands at 620. Moving on to sports news, in tennis, Novak Djokovic claimed a 19th Grand Slam title and became the first man in 52 years to win all 4 majors twice when he came from 2 sets down to beat Stefanos Tsitsipas in a gripping French Open final. The world number 1 triumph over the Greek 22-year-old who was playing in his first Slam final. Djokovic is now just 1 major away from equaling the all-time record of 20, jointly held by Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. Government of India clarifies that there has been no cyber breach into the government email system maintained by the National Informatics Centre (NIC). The email system is totally safe and secure. It further cleared that cyber security breach on external portals may not impact the users of government email service unless the government users have registered on these portals using their government email address and have used the same password as the one used in the government email account. This was carried out following a media story on impact of data breaches in various organizations. With spot registrations and a new batch of vaccines, Meghalaya is seeing its vaccination drive gather pace, especially among the 18 to 24 age group. The number of people vaccinated in a day has been around 9,000 on both days. Efforts have also gone in to boost the vaccination drive with the One Pledge 10 initiative, where a person vaccinated takes a pledge to bring 10 more members of their family and friends for vaccination.
वैक्सीन लिया है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। वैक्सीन आराम से लीजिए आप लोग सब आदमी, और हमने भी लिया, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, एकदम जैसा का तैसा। बीपी भी एकदम नॉर्मल बीपी है।
I will suggest all the viewers to come and get vaccinated as soon as possible, and let's fight the pandemic together.
It's to wear medical mask or a medical mask, double with mask, which fully covers my nose and mouth. I promise to do my part to fight COVID-19. Together we shall overcome.
Meghalaya Deputy Commissioner of East Khasi Hills has issued orders for extending curfew from 5 a.m. June 14th to 21st June. During the curfew period, all interstate and inter-district movement shall continue to be prohibited. Opening of shops will be regulated as per the orders, and all shops are required to indicate the status of the vaccination of their staffs. While the administration has imposed total curfew in urban areas, night curfew is imposed only in rural areas. All religious, social and political gatherings continue to be prohibited in the district. However, funerals with due permission from the Deputy Commissioner's office are allowed. To end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to deliver keynote address at the United Nations. Forest and Environment Minister appeals state governments to find an alternate to plastic products. Assam Chief Minister reviews power situation in the state. Today is World Blood Donor Day. Northeast too celebrates the day. And in the French Open, Novak Djokovic claims a 19th Grand Slam title. And finally, before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing, regularly sanitize hands and frequently wash hands with soap. Remember to wear a mask properly and join the Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. Mask Up India. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.